Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now I know you guys saw my review, or if you haven't, please go whatever side that goes up on, go click that, check that out, and then come back here and watch the rest of this video. But I do want to go over a couple of topics that I know people have had massive issues with Halloween Ends. First off being, why is Michael so weak? Now, I looked over this. I looked over all the details and everything. I haven't scoured all of the novelization because 9 times out of 10, the novelization is not canon to what we see on screen. It does, however, serve as, maybe could have been, especially in this case, because it's written by the writer of the screenplay. It is considered more of an extension of what we probably would have saw, depending on, everything from, creative differences or budget or anything like that. There's a multitude of reasons why a lot of stuff in a novel that's written by the same person that wrote the screenplay or helped write the screenplay, why some of this stuff didn't make it. A lot of the things, like I said, like a lot of people are not so happy with the depiction of Michael Myers in Halloween Ends, and I just want to sort of help guide why that is. Now, when you factor in every single injury that Michael Myers sustains in 2018, Halloween Kills, going into Halloween Ends, 4 years removed, a lot of that stuff builds up. So if you look at it in the sense of the shots, the stabs, the bludgeoning blows, getting hit by a car, getting trapped in a burning building with a latex mask on that's burning, bubbling, it's bad. But when you factor all that in and you look at how strong he is in the Halloween Kills, when he runs through the mob, kills Karen, and then we have that 4-year time jump going into Halloween Ends, and he is weaker, struggles to kill one person, gets into a wrestling match with Corey over his mask and loses the mask in the process. Pretty much factor in him kind of struggling with Laurie, even in his interaction with Laurie and Allison at the end. You begin to paint a picture. The picture here is that Michael Myers' injuries, the loss of the fingers, the stabs, everything, with him living in the sewer for 4 years, eating whatever the fuck he might have been eating, and his wounds going untreated. Now, we're talking probably broken bones. We're talking likely massive blood loss, and probably wounds that should have been sterilized, attended to, and everything else. We're talking massive infections. We're talking things that could cripple a normal person. Now, granted, it's never confirmed in these films that Michael is supernatural. We could speculate, but it's never confirmed, which is harken back to John Carpenter's original. Is he supernatural? I don't know. Maybe. But the whole thing with Michael here is that his wounds, the infections, his diet have all greatly affected him over the course of 4 years since Halloween Kills. Now, a lot of people also look to 1978, where he theoretically got shot 6 times after getting stabbed in the chest, getting stabbed in the neck, and all of that. Again, shot 6 times theoretically, because last time I checked, Loomis is a psychiatrist, not a marksman. So who knows if all those shots hit? We don't know. We're taking Loomis's word for it. I shot him 6 times! The whole thing here is when Michael gets captured and sent back to Smith's Grove, he's in a facility that has a medical staff that is able to treat his wounds, get him back up to health. Granted, he did lose an eye. He did lose an eye in the process of his interaction with Laurie with the coat hanger. But still, he is able to be fed, kept, and brought back to good health. So when you take that away and you throw his ass down into a sewer, and when you see him, he's covered in fucking mold, that will weaken someone. Now, he did do some pretty strengthy kills, like petting the one girl up on the wall. I give you that. I give you that. He snapped Corey's neck, which, I mean, it's Michael Myers. He's going to have some strength, but he's not going to have the same strength to take on a mob like he did in Halloween Kills. And plus, Corey was already incapacitated from the knife to the neck. So, I mean, and getting shot by Laurie. So, in my opinion, my theory, so have you. That is why I feel like Michael was so weak in Halloween Ends. The infections, the diet, the mold all around him, breathing that in, because we saw it on the mask. We don't know what the fuck is in it. And then Corey putting it on. Like, Corey might have been, breathing in some mold and seeing more than pumpkins. But I don't know. I'm just, sort of playing around with the idea and making it make sense in my head. Granted, that's initially where my mind went to when I first watched the movie, but I do know people had a massive issue with that aspect of Michael Myers. Now, another issue that I know people had was the issue of Laurie Strode versus Michael Myers, and this being the final chapter in their story and wanting it to be more based around them. And if it was set in the same night of Halloween 2018, you would have had that. I feel like you would have had that. But when you remove things 4 years, it makes things a bit more difficult, because it's now pretty much, you would imagine protocols would be put in place if another Michael Myers killing spree happens. Like, I mean, more than just an angry mob. Like, there would have been, like, something more severe put in place if something like this was to happen, because Michael was never captured. Unless you do something very similar, which would have became very repetitive if Michael would have got captured again and was going to be executed, like I know some scripts had. I think it was, we watched a movie that covered the Halloween Return script, and it had some elements of that, where it's like he's going to fucking get executed, escapes, and then killing spree starts happening all over again. There is that aspect as well that you could do, but like I said, that's very repetitive. Michael's captured, Michael escapes. Like, it happens and happens and happens, and you don't want to fall into that. So you wanted to take a different route, which I applaud David Gordon Green for doing. With this, it made sense to bring Michael back against Laurie all the way at the end, because with Michael running amok again, Michael has no motive. Michael is killing indiscriminately. That's going to raise some alarms, and something likely would happen before it reaches Michael and Laurie. Especially if you wanted it isolated between Michael and Laurie, to have that personal kind of combatant kind of relationship. Now, you could have wrote it different, sure. You could have totally wrote it different and still had Michael do his thing, but it raises more questions than anything, because people are already very, 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 very critical about some of the characters on here being not so smart. Because of that, if Michael would have came back and there's no protocols put in place, that would have been a major thing that people would have jumped on. Like, Michael killed all these people in 2018 and you got nothing set up for this? So I understand why Michael would have been kept in the shadows, away from everyone, and the driving device of Corey bringing Michael back for a couple kills, and Corey becoming the killer himself. Because, I mean, with Corey, it's a different killer. He may wear Michael's mask, he may kill like Michael in some cases, if not more brutal. in some of those cases. Like, I still said when I watched the movie, Corey's kills at his age in this timeline is far more brutal. It would make me more scared of him than Michael Myers at the same age. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I mean, when the motherfucker cuts your tongue off and bashes your head against the fucking table until your like jaw's like hanging on by thread, yeah, it's gonna be rough. Again, I do get why they set it up between Michael and Laurie all the way at the end as they did, because a lot of people look at this as it's the Michael Myers show. It's not. It's Halloween, not Michael Myers. That's why Michael's name isn't in any of the taglines for Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. It's not solely about Michael. Michael is a driving force, and without Michael's character, a lot of these storylines won't happen in this particular set of movies. But the reach goes beyond the one character. And I think a lot of people just wanted Michael back. A lot of people just wanted the movie to center around Michael. But I don't know. That's my theories here as to, one, why Michael was so weak in Halloween Ends, and my overall thoughts of why they set it up the way they did with Michael and Laurie being, the last 15 minutes of the movie. That's my thoughts. Please let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, as well as hitting the notification bell. And maybe we'll do some more videos like this. And talking horror like this also brings up a great opportunity for more theories that we can also do here on the channel as well. Don't forget, follow me also over on Twitch, where we do all things horror over there. We talk horror, we play horror games. It's a fucking blast. Go over there. That's where you'll see a lot of my content here on the channel coming from, with Dead by Daylight and indie horror games. Phasmophobia is probably going to be soon to come as well, since we're getting really much into that. I love you all. Guys, stay safe. Have a good night. And as always, I'm JG Dark, and thanks for watching. You guys have a good one.